third graders. Today we're on lesson 4.6. And your learning target is I can find the product or the quotient of a fact family triangle. Now notice that we are doing fact family triangles, but this time instead of addition and subtraction, they're multiplication and division. Remember, the product is what you multiply by, the answer you multiply by. Then you have two quotients. Okay, let's go here. I would like to show you the difference. Here we have a multiplication and division fact family. Over here we have an adding and subtracting fact family. I want to show you the similarities. So let's look at how they are similar to activate our background knowledge. Up here we have the dot. Remember that the dot is the biggest person in the fact family. It's the oldest person. It's the biggest number. All right, so let's say we were going to focus first on the addition and subtraction fact family. Well, we know that if we had 10 at the top and we need to figure out what goes here in this fact family, we would go down this way and we would go 10 take away 2, 10, 9, 8. And as we go around the fact family, 10 take away 2 equals 8. 2 plus 8 equals 10. Now if we were to go this way, 10 take away 8 equals 2. It all comes back around. Now think about, we can make our fact families. We would do our turnaround fact. 2 plus 8 equals 10. Then we would do the turnaround fact. Instead of starting with 2, we'd go 2 plus 8 plus 2 equals 10. Now we would start off with our big number, 10, take away 2 equals 8. And our last one, start with our bigger number again, minus 8 equals 2. So we were able to come up with 4 facts. That's important to know because what we're going to do over here with our multiplying and division is similar to this. So let me show you. All right, we have this 10 up here. It's the biggest person. When we're going down, instead of subtraction, we're going to divide. 10 divided by 2. So how many times do you have to count by 2 to get to 10? Let's do it. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we found our person, our other missing factor. We found our other missing factor. We divided to get to the 5. We counted by 2 until we got to 10. Now I have all of my numbers. Okay, so let's look at how they're the same. The first thing I can do is 2 times 5. Okay, 2 times 5 equals 10. Now, look here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the turnaround fact. Instead of starting with 2, we'll go 5 times 2 equals 10. All right, now just like the subtraction, we're going to start with the big number first. So we're going to list 10 twice. And look what we're going to do. 10 divided by 2, yes, equals 5. Now we're going to go this way. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. So when we're looking at how these are similar, if we have background knowledge on how the fact families worked when we were younger, working with addition and subtraction, now we can work with the multiplication and division fact families because now we can find, we have 2 factors and we could find the product of our fact families. So let's look at some triangles and work together to see if we can find them. Remember, when we have the bottom 2 numbers, we're going to multiply them together to get our biggest number. This is called our product. Up here at the top, these are called our product. These are our 2 factors. 5 times 4. So I'm going to count by 5s 4 times. 5, 10, 15, 20. I counted by 5s 4 times to give me 20. Now I can make my family 5 times, oh my goodness, 5 times 4 equals 20. And now we're just going to turn it around. 4 times 5 equals 20. All right, and then we'll start with our 22 times. We'll go 20 divided by 5 gets us to 4. And the same 20. Now go the opposite way. Divided by 4 equals 5. We then have our 4 fact families that go together. Remember, this is your turnaround fact, and then this is your 2 division facts. You always start with the biggest number, just like what we would do with subtraction. All right, over here, you're thinking of 9 and 63. Well, we need to go down. We need to do 63 divided by 9. There's a note here, use the 9 trick. If you haven't learned the 9 trick yet, go back to a video that has the 9 trick. So what you're going to try to do is put 6 fingers and then try to find 3 fingers. Then you'll be able to go see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or you could go through your 9 facts. 9 times what number equals 63? That's exactly what division is. They're related. So if you go through your facts and you do 9 times 5, 45, you're going to figure out the answer is 7. And then you'll be able to write your facts. Now, this is why it's important to practice your multiplication facts, because these are way easier if you know your facts. All right, let's go down here and see if we can figure out 7 times 7. We have our 2 factors, so we need to multiply them together to get our product. Oh, 7 times 7 is my favorite one. Now, if you don't know 7 times 7, you could draw an array, okay? You could count by sevens 7 times. There's lots of ways to get the answer, but this one I love. Are you ready? Listen to the rhyme. 7 and 7 are feeling fine. 7 times 7 is 49. Do you want to hear that again? I know you do. 7 and 7 are feeling fine. 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, and then you would be able to write all of your facts out here. Let's practice our last one. We have the biggest product, so we need to think, how many times do we have to count by 9 to get to 18? Another way to think of it is 9 times what number gets us to 18? You could count by 9s or think of it this way. So I go 9 plus another 9 gets me to 18. How many times did I count by 9? 1, 2. You could also use the 9 trick there. And then you have all your facts. So third graders, what we would like you to do today is, in the back of your journal, there are 2 pages. Now be careful because there might be more, but you're going to maybe ask somebody for help, and you are going to rip out this in the back of your journal. They're hard pages, and this one. And then what you'll do is you'll cut around the dotted lines, because then what you can have somebody do at home or do yourself is flip them upside down, put your finger over one, and so then you have to decide what number goes in the fact family triangle. Just like you practice your addition and subtraction ones, this gives you another way to practice your multiplication facts. So remember, be on target today and practice making fact families using multiplication and division.